Hello. This is Whisker Wednesdays. I am your host, the best podcast host, radio host, game show host in the universe, Steve Cully. My esteemed partner, Miss Trisha Barone, is unavailable, unfortunately. Very, very busy. So you are stuck with me. However, the good news is I'm highly entertaining. I am devilishly handsome, good looking. So anyone interested, just look at this face. Ah. No, we have a lot going on. Anita Stevens Swan Humane Society, Trisha Barone, Executive Director. We had a huge event over the weekend at Alabaster and Ash. I hope I said that right. Daniee Weaver. Love Daniee Weaver very much. She put on a 2-day festival that was a resounding success. We're very, very happy about it. Trisha was there, and a puppy was adopted, which is excellent news that we got a puppy adopted from the event. Trisha had a wonderful time. She put a lot of work into it. Daniee put a lot of work into it. People followed the rules, being on a residential property, um, with the tight parking. We encouraged the carpooling, and people listened. So that is great to hear. That is great to hear. Um, so Daniee ended up donating $500 back to the shelter. That was very kind of her to do. Very kind of her to do. The festival was a tremendous event and then a success, and she donated 500 back to the shelter, which is desperately needed. Every dollar counts. I repeat, every dollar counts. Trisha needs donations, sponsors, and we're doing fundraisers. The next main one coming up very shortly next month. The well esteemed, the fan favorite Wiggle Waggle Walkathon at Sherrillbrook Park, which I am excited to be a part of. I'll be going. So we obviously have to thank Frank Mastrovito. Doesn't return my DMs, Frank. Come on, Frank. Come on, you were friends with my brother. I know you're big time now. I know you're big time. I'm still a human being. I know you're big time. But we are grateful that they are a huge sponsor for the event, and that is why we are promoting them. Mastrovito Honda, whatever your needs are for a vehicle, there is no place better that you can go than to Mastrovito. They will take care of you. They will not scam you. They have quality, honorable, trustful employees who will point you in the right direction, get you the vehicle that fits you and your family the best. It's more than a career. It's a passion for Frank. And he has done an outstanding job building that into something special. I give him a lot of credit because he works tremendously, tremendously hard. First Source sponsors Pause and Pages, another home run that Trisha has hit. Trisha has hit probably 25 home runs this year. She's done a phenomenal job in her event planning efforts, her fundraising efforts, and her give a shit effort. Nobody cares more than Trisha. Nobody puts in more time, more hours than Trisha. Nobody is thinking constantly about the shelter, about how to make improvements, about how to better the situation than Trisha. Nobody wants to collaborate with other businesses, with other nonprofits, with other shelters than Trisha. And that's where I see we're missing out on. I would love to see some collaboration, with Utica, with the Rome Humane Society, with the Herkimer County Humane Society. Everyone's out there. You're all struggling and battling. You don't have enough money. You don't have enough employees, volunteers, workers, fosters. Working together is the best way to solve a lot of those issues. And Anita has been a blessing to Stephen Swan. I think the local animal shelters, humane societies, if they met and collaborated more, they would find solutions to a lot of their problems because they could spitball ideas off each other. They can share their problems, and then many can share potential solutions. So that's what I would love to see. That's what I think is the biggest change that could be made. That if all these executive directors got together once a month just to kind of have a state of the union of where they're at, what they need, events coming up, help each other promote, help each other raise money, help each other with ideas. Because we're all in this together, and it's because we love animals. We love dogs, we love cats, we love animals, and there's no reason for us not to work together. It can only be beneficial. So that's why I suggested Pause for Pages. Trisha's husband Eddie works at First Source. He's an amazing man, and First Source has been the main sponsor for Pause and Pages. The program has, like I said, been a home run. It's just been so spectacular and an amazing hit for the Humane Society, for the parents, for the kids, and more importantly, for the animals. The animals benefit tremendously from this. They have the 2 sessions while the summer has a couple weeks left. Tuesdays, Thursdays, 10 at 10 a.m., 10:30, and you register online. And you bring a parent, you bring your book, they bring the animal out for you, and you get to read to them. And it is so calming and wonderful for these animals who are just stressed out, and just they're played with, they're walked, they're treated phenomenally, but they're in a cage all day. So a chance for them to get outside, a chance for them to spend time with people, that is something that is priceless, to be honest. So I'm so glad that it has worked out. And, Trisha was able to grow it because of the success. It initially was going to just be on Saturdays, but because there was such a demand and the spots were filling up, she added Tuesdays and Thursdays, which unfortunately they won't be able to do once school starts, but Saturdays will still exist. And I think this is a program that every shelter could adopt. Every shelter could do Pause for Pages. Every shelter could work it out. Trisha and her special number one volunteer from Screaming Nurses did the research from a facility in Missouri for 2 years before they adopted it, and they have made it work. So again, the few weeks left, if you want to be involved, go to the website. We'll put it in the show notes. You register, and Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, we're talking 2, 4, 6 sessions in total. So there's 6 sessions and there's spots filled. So plenty of opportunities for you to bring your child there for this. And it's a $10 fee. I recommend just do it for the experience, because I think you'll find it beneficial in so many ways. Like I said, reading when you're younger is terrifying. Just like if you ask people today, the number one fear people have is the fear of public speaking. So reading in class is like public speaking. So kids tend to have anxiety and struggle reading in front of the class. They may stutter. They may, mispronounce a word. I mispronounce everything. And that can hurt their confidence and make them not want to read. So that's why this program has blossomed as much as it has, because there's no judgments. You're in a safe space. You're reading to the animals. They're not going to care if you misspell a word. They're not going to care if you skip a word. They are just happy you're in their presence. What do you think of that? So Pause for Pages has been wonderful. The other event we wanted to talk about was the raffle tickets, the Tales of Fortune. The Tales of Fortune. We are selling raffle tickets for this. It is going to be a drawing in November, I believe. It's the Tales of Fortune picture I'm looking for. Yes, that's it. Okay. So I'm going to show it to you now on my screen so everyone can see it. Let me do this image file. This one. There we go. So you can see the Tales of Fortune. The raffle tickets, there's only 3,500 that are going to be sold. And you can see the prizes. First prize is $100,000. I would like $100,000. Would you like $100,000? Buy a ticket. Second prize is 10 G's. Third prize, 5 G's. Fourth prize, 2,500. The drawing date is November 6th on News Channel 2 at 6 p.m. And again, this is sponsored by Mastravito Honda. Frank, you're the man for doing this, the big sponsor. Frank has always given back, especially to the Humane Society, and he has been a blessing for them. I can tell you that. So to purchase your tickets, as we said, you can go to the Humane Society and get them there yourself, and pay in cash or card. That is where they're able to take credit cards. The alternate purchase locations, they're selling them at Shinatries, Taylor and the Cook, Deerfield Place, Utica District Tel FCU. I don't know what that is, but it's on Genesee Street. Life Power Chiropractic, we had him on. He's a great dude. Mohawk Valley FCU, Special Metals FCU, and I am also selling them. I will be at Tony's Pizzeria in Washington Mills selling them. And like we said, there's only 3,500. So your odds of winning something are high. Tickets are only $100. So you're paying 100 to win 100 grand. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. A free ticket for every. Oh, I didn't know that. So between there's 2 weeks left, but a free ticket for every adopter, August 1st through August 31st. So if you adopt a pet from Stephen Swan, you get a free ticket. Anita's Stephen Swan Humane Society is going to give you a free raffle ticket if you adopt an animal in the next 2 weeks. Love it. 25 free tickets drawn on October 31st from all purchase tickets. So they are going to be doing a pre-drawing for some tickets. So you don't have to wait till November 6th, which is great. Okay, let me just give my friend his number. Okay. Mr. Nick Hakeem Kashama. Hakeem Kashama was my teammate at the University of Connecticut, and I am giving a friend his number so they can potentially do some business together. See, that's what I do. I bring people together to make money and do business. Anyway, so for every, wow, I didn't know this either. So for every $100 purchase, you can get a second ticket for $50, and there's no limit. Wow, I may spend $500 and just keep buying tickets. I'm going to win 100 grand. I'll put 500 in to win 100 grand. So this is unbelievable. But this is huge for Anita Stephen Swan. We need to get these tickets sold. You have the locations where you can purchase them. You can purchase them directly at the Humane Society. I believe they can take your credit card. If you go to one of the alternate purchase locations and want to pay by card, I believe you can call and pay by card and then get your ticket. So this is big. We need people involved. Buy your tickets. And remember, you have a chance to win $100,000. That's enough said right there. 100 grand. 100 grand. I wanted to see about Freya Fest, which we talked about, which was Danny's event in Remsen. So yeah, it was at the Alabaster and Ash spell shop. And wow, it looks like it was an absolute, it looks like Woodstock, to be honest. The pictures of people hanging out, the tarot card readings, just, I mean, There was shopping with magical wares. You could chat with mediums. You got to explore the Alabaster and Ash spell shop. And remember, that is a historical place, originally from the Revolutionary War. And Baron von Steuben was there. They had bands every day. And just the pictures are so great. Everyone looks happy. There's people in tents having fun. You got to go to so many vendors. Just to name a few: Peaceful Vibes, The Crystal Spell, Reiki Dan. They did Reiki. Timeless by Tatiana, Renegade Organics, Wild Roots, Odd Girl Oddity, The Ravens Reap, Tasty Crown Bakery. So it's unbelievable. They had 50 or so vendors that you could see, and the festival was just unbelievable. 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and everyone had a blast. Daniee has done this event for several years, and it continues to grow. It continues to be a success. And again, thank Daniee for donating $500 back to the Humane Society, because putting on a festival like this, not easy, not cheap. And you often are not walking away with a fortune. And I encourage all of you, please visit Alabaster and Ash to see what they have. I mean, I am not, I need to learn more about this stuff, but they have crystals, beautiful, beautiful crystals that you can purchase. They have books, and they talk about tarot readings and tarot cards. They have journals you can purchase that are beautiful and leather bound. Let's see what else. The Home and Body. So she's got Rose. I think I'd like that. Wow, a cosmic Copla Reiki infused crystal candle. So that is going on my Christmas list. I want a cosmic Copla Reiki infused crystal candle. That is what I want on my list. So Alabaster and Ash, just fascinating products. You definitely need to visit. And it's a learning experience too. So for Anita's, we got to sell the raffle tickets. And again, you buy one raffle ticket, you get your second and third and fourth half off. So buy one, you can buy 5 more at half the price. We desperately need volunteers. Trisha hired for one position, and that has been a blessing. But volunteers are what make Stephen Swan work. They need help, and they have a very small staff. They are willing to work with you. So it's not a situation where you volunteer and you're told, okay, you got to do this, this, and this. They'll ask you, what do you feel comfortable doing? Do you want to walk the dogs? Do you want to clean the kennels, the cages? What do you want to work in the office and do administrative work? They will put you in a position to succeed and have a wonderful experience. You're helping animals in need. The primary focus is on rescuing and rehabilitating animals. By volunteering, you'll be directly contributing to the welfare and well-being of these animals. Every task you take on will make such a significant impact in their lives. And now you're also joining a supportive community. When you volunteer at Anita's Stephen Swan's, you become a part of such a close-knit community dedicated to animal welfare. And I can tell you that myself, I am I'm involved from the outside by helping with the podcast, but Trisha has Trisha has treated me better than anyone. She has been so kind, so sweet, so phenomenal. And I've actually learned a lot from Trisha because she spent time, obviously, at Utica University with fundraising and donor relations, and now she's doing this. But Trisha has taught me about the need and the specialty of building relationships with people, building a network with businesses, and collaborating. And she has taught me that working together always makes things better. When you can collaborate and work with other groups like she has done, they partnered, I think, with the Heart Run and Walk. That makes something like Stephen Swan. It helps it helps everyone. It helps the business. It helps Stephen Swan. So she has taught me a great deal about networking. Trisha is always going to events. She's always visible. She's not someone who comes home at 5 o'clock, has a glass of wine, and watches TV. She is always on the move at an event. She supports other causes, her and her husband. They support other causes. They give to other causes. They're active in the community because they understand the need, especially for all nonprofits, the need. But also, when you volunteer, you gain valuable skills and experience. And whether you've had previous experience with animals or not, volunteering at Stephen Swan will provide you with valuable skill sets that can be applied in various aspects of your life, like I just said. You'll become familiar with animal behavior, learn basic medical care techniques, and develop strong organizational and communication skills. And that's another thing with Trisha. I would say I am probably the most disorganized person in the world. Trisha is probably the definition of organization. I know she will disagree because she said she's got papers everywhere and this and that. Trisha is organized down to the second. And that is why, for an executive director to come in to Stephen Swan, brand new, when there's a lot of changeover with the board and everything, and she hit the ground running in January and has made an impact. And when you can come in and make such a difference early on. That says something about you. She is brilliant. She is beyond talented. She is creative. And she is always thinking ahead. She always has plans for, she's not thinking of the Wiggle Waggle Walkathon. I mean, we've planned that. Everything's looking great. She's thinking to 2026. What are the events we're going to have in 2026? Who am I going to be partnering with? Who am I going to be sponsoring with? That's what Trisha, that's how she thinks. She's always thinking ahead. She is never going to be behind. And she has just an incredible work ethic. So I shouldn't be talking about how great she is. She doesn't talk how great. She doesn't think I'm great. Make a difference. There's nothing quite like the feeling of knowing you've made a positive impact on the lives of animals in need. And that is so true. That is so true. I have an adopted dog. His name is, unfortunately, Archie. I adopted him from Stephen Swan. I did not like his name, but I was told he knows his name, and you are not going to be able to change it. And well, God be damned, I tried to change it. I tried. However, Archibald loved his name. So this is the big guy. That's Archibald. Archie is a pit American Bulldog mix. He is the sweetest, most loving dog you could have gotten, which was a blessing. My last dog, I loved him more than anything. His name was Nico. Nico was not easy with other people and other dogs, so it could be challenging at times to have him around other people, and he couldn't be around other dogs. Archie, but Nico was with me for 13 years. I loved him to death. And everyone said like he was meant for you. And he sure was. Archibald is the opposite. He's as lovable as can be. Bailey, we love Bailey. Bailey's Daily Pet Care. We hope to get Bailey possibly as a sponsor. But Archie goes to daycare at Bailey's. And Bailey does just exceptional job with her daycare, with her grooming. And for someone as young as she is, and I'm just so impressed with Bailey. She has built her business, and Archie is a fixture at Bailey's. Her partner Daniee and Bailey, they have just worked their tails off and have really become a successful doggy daycare, boarding, and grooming facility. So Archie gets picked up. He will wait by the door, and at 8:30, I believe, the bus comes to pick him up, and it'll be Daniee. And Archie is so excited. He runs around the house, can't wait to leave. He waits by the door. Daniee picks him up, takes him to Bailey's, and he gets to play with his friends at Bailey's Daily Pet Care all day long. And then he comes home at the end of the day. Right now has been tough on him because he can't go to daycare. He has a sprain in his knee. We are healing it. We're hoping it's almost close to being fully healed, and he'll be able to go back. But yeah, I got Archie. Archie was wandering at Proctor Park, and Steven Swan got him. I looked online, and I wanted a pit, obviously, and I wanted a younger dog. And I saw Archie, and I fell in love with him. Now, I also am living with my parents, and my dog Nico had just passed. So what does Steve do? He goes to Steven Swan. He meets Archie. Archie is very active, a lot of energy. I say, okay, I'll take him. And Steven came home, and I'll never forget my mom and dad coming home, and there's a dog in the house. I'm like, yeah, I adopted Archie. And I've tormented my parents probably more than anyone over the years, but it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. And the funny thing is, they love Archie loves them now more than me. And they adore him. He spends time with them. They walk him. He'll sleep in their room. It's just hilarious that when I showed up with them, they were like, "Okay, Steven, you got to go. It's time for you to move." But he's just been perfect. He's lovable and friendly with everyone, with all other people, with children. And he is the best with other dogs because Bailey and Daniee, God bless them, they had Archie. We started sending him at his early age. He was listed at 2 years old, but he was not. He was more like 8 months to a year, we learned from the vet. So he was really a puppy. And Bailey and Daniee just did a outstanding job socializing him. So I credit them, and I'm grateful to what they have done. And Archie is grateful, believe me. So again, the Tales of Fortune tickets we went over, you can buy them several places, $100 and then $50 for any more. If you adopt a pet, you get a free ticket. And I am also selling them. The Wiggle Waggle Walkathon is coming up. That is going to be so exciting. It is in September. It is at the New Hartford Town Park. I should put it on there with Whisker Wednesday podcast. So here it is on September 14th. All right. September 14th, they're doing, Paws in the Park and the 33rd annual Wiggle Waggle Walkathon. It's a fun-filled day, and it's brought to you by Staff Works Fund. Wiggle waggle on over with your dog or walk one of ours. That's the other thing. They're bringing dogs from the Humane Society for people to take for the day. So you can come to the park, and they are bringing dogs for people to adopt and dogs for people to have for the day. So that's just amazing as well. So come there, and you're going to be supporting all of our fur babies at Anita Steven Swan. It's going to start at 10:30 and end at about 4:30. The kickoff is the walk. So you're going to have the walk around the park. And it's going to be like another festival. And the theme, it's a pirate themed dog parade. That's one of the activities, a pirate themed dog parade. A day long adopt-a-thon. There's going to be food trucks, local and pet themed vendors, and an atmosphere full of happy tales and live music. So 10 a.m. to 1:15, they have DJ Tino Rossi. From 10:30 to 11:15, that is the actual Wiggle Waggle Walkathon, and you need to register in advance. I will put the link to that on in the show notes. The park doors open to the public at 11:30, and it's free. So you can bring chairs, you can bring blankets, you can bring a tent like they did at Daniee's. The DJ will play till 1:15. Then the bands will start at after 1:15. So if you want to register for the pet parade, the pirate pet parade, that's from 11:30 to 12:30. You can register online, and you can also register on site. 11:30 to 3, the New Hartford police will have canines there and a demonstration of how everything works. That's really cool. And then, from 11:30 to 4:30 all day, you're going to have the adopt-a-thon, which is going to have dogs and cats. They're going to be bringing cats. So come prepared to leave with a dog or cat, please. There will be food trucks, plenty of food trucks, many tasty items, various vendors. There's going to be a bouncy house, and my favorite, a dunk booth. A dunk booth. $5 for 3 balls. So I don't believe we're doing an actual dunk booth. I believe we're doing a bucket of water. So you can pour a bucket of water, and Bill Keeler allegedly may be there, and I'm going to pour a bucket of water over him. The First Source Experience truck and lawn games, clown appearances with balloon animals, and basket raffles, and a 50-50 raffle. So that's amazing. So here's the bands: 1:15 to 1:30, Golderlocks band. 1:15 to 2:15, Utica Zoo Mobile. 1:15 to 3, Magic by Jim Lutz. 1:15 to 4, Face Painting by Bailey Sharon, aka T Swift from Kate's Characters. Love it. From 1:15 to 4, Captain Jack Fettuccini. You get photo ops with him. And then Trisha's Best Volunteer from 1:30 to 2:15. Her band, Screaming Nurse, they're going to be playing. 2:15 to 2:30, the Enchanted Broom Crew as pirates. 2:30 to 3:15, Dusty Puppies band. 2:30 to 4:30, and there's going to be an animal puppet show. Holy crap, an animal puppet show. Wow. 3:15 to 4:10, Rocky Fiola band. 4:15 are the announcements, and that's going to be the raffle and basket drawings, and then the event will end at 4:30. Just a heartfelt thank you to the Paws in the Park Planning Committee for their time, commitment, and dedication. Donna Ray, that's Screaming Nurse, that's Trisha's number 1. Jonathan Brock, Lauren Broderick, Daniee Weaver, and Cheryl Jasek, a true dream team. Trisha, how about Steve Cully? Where's Steve Cully? I don't get named. That's some BS. I'm special. I planned, didn't I? No, I didn't plan. I promoted. I didn't plan. I promoted. I demand to be added to this. Demand. So that's what's going to be happening September 14th. Pause in the Park and the Wiggle Waggle Walkathon. All day event. It's going to be awesome. And you can sign up for several things on the website. I'll post it. Make sure that you go. And then we also talked about the raffle tickets. The last item on the docket, the foster program. We, as much as we need volunteers, we desperately need people who are willing to foster some animals, because dogs, especially, you're taking them, you're getting them used to life being at home, and that will make them much more adoptable, easier to adopt. So we could use as many as possible. Trisha, if she could get 5 people to volunteer, sign up, she'd be happy. If she'd get 5 people to foster, she'd be happy. So just please. How did I get 9 comments? Hi. Oh, nice. I don't know who that is. Okay. Yeah, so help Trisha out, please. I mean, she does so much and gives to all causes. Let's come together as a community and give to our humane society. Volunteer some time. And again, you're not going to get stuck doing anything you're uncomfortable with or you don't want to do. You're going to be able to do tasks you're interested in, and you're learning valuable skills that carry over in life. Please donate. I'll put the link to donate. They have a tiny budget, and for taking care of all these fur babies, we need every dollar we can get. Please contribute. $5, $10. That's more than enough. If enough people can throw in $5, it goes a long way. It makes such a difference. So please donate. There's no better cause. I love dogs more than people. So give back, contribute. And again, like I said, collaboration, the Rome, Herkimer, Utica, let's all come together. Let's all come together and try to help each other. Try to collaborate on events. There's no reason that New Hartford, Rome, Utica, Herkimer couldn't collaborate on one huge event together. Can you imagine how awesome that would be to have all the shelters together doing something, doing a festival type deal? That would be amazing. And, that's what I've learned from Trisha. Collaboration, work together with as many people as you can. And again, we need sponsors. There's sponsorship opportunities for the Wiggle Waggle Walkathon available. We need to fill those. And the raffle tickets are going to be sold until October, November. And again, the first one's $100. After that, they're $50. Buy as many as you want. And you saw the locations. Make sure you get there. Thank you to Master Vito Honda for being such a caring and giving sponsor for many things that the Humane Society does. But Frank, please, I know I'm not special, but you can, if you could return my DM, my message, I'd appreciate it. But I know, but no, you've done. I congratulate you on the empire that you built, and I admire you for all you do for Stephen Swan and being such a loyal sponsor. Master Veto and First Source. And again, pause in the pages, pause for pages. You can sign up for that for the rest of August, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Total 6 events. Yes, spots are available, but they go fast. I'll put the link there to sign up. Donations, please give. And I think that's it. So I apologize for my rambling. I believe I covered everything. It's tough to do alone, but when Trisha likes me again, she'll be on the podcast with me. When she likes me again, she'll put me on the podcast. She'll be with me. She'll do some of the talking and make less mistakes than I do because I don't know everything. But I do know. Pause for pages the next 2 weeks. September 14th, the Wiggle Waggle Walkathon in the Pause in the Park. And sign up. There's so much going on. We need volunteers. Please, please, please sign up to volunteer. Please sign up to foster. I just named 5 big needs for the shelter. And that's every shelter. They just don't get enough. They don't get enough help. So I think that's it. Again, I hope everyone can collaborate the shelters together. Pause for Pages is a program that could work in Rome. It could work in Herkimer. It can work in Utica. They should take advantage and share ideas and work together. So, for Whisker Wednesdays, I'm Steve Cully. Trisha Barone, the executive director of Anita's Stevens Swan Humane Society. She's the best of the best. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges and you chuck them right back at life.